So I'm going to be talking about generative AI monitoring with PydanticAI and Logfire. And I have a QR code, so you know who I am. But I maintain Starlet, UVCon, and now I'm helping on PydanticAI. I work at Pydantic, the data validation package and stuff. They create a company, and I'm working on Logfire and PydanticAI. And this talk, well, it was a bit open when I started this, so I actually proposed what you wanted to do, and then I was going to teach how to use PydanticAI and Logfire together. But I gave this talk sometimes, so I think the best approach is to actually teach you how to use it. So who has used PydanticAI already? Okay, a minority, so which makes it great, because you're going to learn how to use it. Okay, but for those who have used it, hope I can, I don't know, teach you something. If not, you ask difficult questions and make the guy run. What's your name? Eduardo. Easy name. So let's go. How do I close this? I don't know. Can I do this? Haha. This is bad. Oh, no. Let's go to main 4. So we start the talk with main 4. Highly prepared. Those are my slides. Let me close some stuff. Not using agentic stuff. Anyway, so I know how to use the ID. Let's start with how to create an agent. Okay? Oh yeah, by the way, PydanticAI is an agentic framework. So you communicate with the LLM, and then you tell the LLM what you can do for it. And then the LLM says, oh, I want to use this. Or the LLM does more magic stuff, but the agentic kind of helps on this, how to communicate and how to give, how this interaction works. So we're going to start with the basics. So from PydanticAI, import agent. And then we're going to create the most simple agent that we can have. Okay? Well, since we are Pydantic, we know about type stuff. Okay? So what it means is that we can provide functionalities that actually help you to code and make it easy on the development. So which means if I do this, I'm going to have auto-completion, which I see all the LLM providers that you can use. So we're going to use a famous one, because everybody knows, but we can switch if it doesn't work properly as I expect. Okay? Sometimes it happens. LLM stuff, you know, that randomized that everyone sees on LinkedIn. So we're going to start with the easiest stuff. We're going to just create this agent, and we're going to run sync, and then ask, for example, what? Hey, I don't see my auto-completion here. My Copilot is not working. Well, let's see. No, I'm saying this. I'm saying this because I need to interact with LLMs anyway. So, what day is today? If it doesn't work, then I'm gonna need internet. So let's see what happens here. So we're just gonna get the result, and we're gonna just print the output. Okay, just asking, and then this is gonna call the LLM, and with this prompt and something. Oh, wrong file. Sorry. I'm on main 4. Thank you. Common confusion. So, okay. So it actually told me, no, hold on, people. So stressed. I need to give a talk here. So anyway, so thank you for showing up for my stand-up. So the LLM was trained at some point in time, right? At some point in the past, and it cannot know which day is today. So what we can do is that we can provide some tools like 2 hours. Yeah, got it? Yeah, sorry. We can provide tools, which means we say to the LLM, hey, I have this amazing function, and the LLM goes and says, I want to use you. And then it goes back to my agent, and then the agent calls this tool. Okay, we're going to do this very quickly. So we're going to try to provide a tool that actually tells what day is today. So we're going to do toolplane. The difference between toolplane and tool is that with tool you can pass context, the run context. I'm going to show you in a bit. But we're going to use toolplane because we don't need anything else. So we're going to just do get current date. And at this point, I will just wait for Copilot to complete for me, but it seems it's not working. So let's try to remember how it is. Data time something, is it? Today? No, now? Dot date, thank you. And then, what else? And what? Dot today. Amazing. And then, but then you need, how to do this time? And then how do you do, I think it's like this, year, month with this? This is crazy. It's like old days. And the, is it D? I don't know. It's not a joke. I never gave this talk without internet. I don't know what's happening. Maybe if I reload the IDE, it makes it happen. Is what? Is it small? Small m? So you have. Well, I see you have opinions. So let's see. Oh, sorry, but then yeah. So now let's try and see what happens. Without looking. No, let's see. Okay, it got the right date, right? Yes. So wait, are you seeing the code? Yeah, you are. So, but now we question what's really happening. I know it gave me the right answer. So that's where it comes to the point that I work for a commercial company, and then I use a nice product, and we're gonna see what stuff that's happening. So logfire.configure. Yeah, I told you it was the reload, software engineer. So, and then I'm gonna do logfire instrument PydanticAI, and then now complete something for me? No, I need to give some, AI nowadays. So I just put a logfire instrument PydanticAI, and I'm already going to have something, but I want to show you the more than that. So I'm gonna also instrument HTTPX. That is the it's the underneath HTTP client that we use in PydanticAI, okay, to call the LLMs and to maybe retrieve some images depending on what you're doing. So, and I'm gonna capture all. This is just for the sake, again, of capturing the whole context of what is happening, okay? Logfire is an observability platform, and I'm just gonna show you. This is the Python package. It's a layer on top of OpenTelemetry. And yeah, we're gonna see what happens now. Oh. Okay. This is just the console. We want to see the terminal. Oh no, I don't know how to switch. Oh, nice. So yeah, can you see stuff? Boom, boom, yeah. So if I click here, this is one of the spans, the root span. I'm gonna see already all the conversation that happened. It's a short conversation. So I asked, what day is today? And the LLM said, I want to use the get current date too. And then it used the get current date too. And then it gives I as an agent, I call this function, and then I give it back to the LLM. The LLM now added a today is and formatted in string in a nice way that you can read. And then that's how we got it back. So with using Logfire, you can actually see what happened on each step. You can also see the tool that I had that was run, and also the well, the whole thing that happened. Okay. So yeah, this is it. A guy left, so now we start the real talk. No, just kidding. And then that's what you have for with using Logfire. So we're gonna see and evolve this example to get something more interesting. So what it was? Yeah. So the idea is that when we pass the context, so when we pass the function tool, here I'm passing the function name, get current date. If I change that name to something like potato, the LLM cannot know that I'm sending that, and it's probably not going to use it. I say probably because usually some older LLMs just tried all tools, or depending on the LLM, it just tries. I assume this is not going to use, and it's going to send me the wrong date, or it's not going to know. Yeah. So in this example, it actually didn't use the potato function because the potato name doesn't make sense to be used, kind of. You know? That said, I can pass a docstring that will also be provided as a description to the LLM. So how is it, Copilot? Amazing. So I put it here, and then now, please use it. You see that the potato was actually used, and I actually have the right date. Okay, and you can pass some other stuff, like for example, day. What can I pass here? Date. String, and then I can define how that looks like. Args in the format. Amazing. Well, it doesn't sound very useful, right? But I mean, you can pass also parameters to the thing. Let's go back because this example was not very good. So let's remove this. Okay, cool. And then, okay, let's try to evolve. Let's see my notes. Okay. Now, this is one of the points. Now we're going to see what else can you do with PydanticAI. You can add, for example, imagine that I have something more interesting that today, what day is today, but something, for example, what is the capital of France? And then you actually want to something more structured. You don't want just a string as an output. You want something like, well, that's really knows it's me here. But let's change the name here. Get current date. Current date. But for example, country. And then you can define as a type dict or as a base model or a data class. It doesn't matter. Pydantic use type adapter underneath and validates the output anyway. So it doesn't matter what you use. And then we're going to get then the capital, for example. And we're also going to get the population. Okay? And then we're going to run this. Now, we still maintain the tool because it's probably not going to be used anyway. But then, now I have, oh, sorry, I forgot to put the output type, which is country. Now it becomes more interesting. Well, it's wrong. But the point is, well, I expect I can improve this. The population of the country. Oh my God, I need to write everything myself. So yeah, let's try it now. This description also passed anyway. Okay, got better. So this is the population, 17 million. It's the population of France. Should have changed a bit since 2024 or something. But as you see, the LLM will now send the JSON format and will be validating with Pydantic underneath. Okay, so this is something we have as well. Something else that you can pass is, for example, instructions that I should have mentioned in the beginning as well. So, for example, you always reply sarcastically. Is that sarcastically? Well, now it's a word. Sarcastically. No, I prefer my version. So we're going to remove the output so we can have, I don't know, some kind of better output. Where is PyCon Italy in 2025? Let's see what it says. Thank you. You're welcome. Oh, because I totally have a crystal ball that shows me the location of alpha, blah, 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 blah. Unfortunately, as of now, PyCon Italy hasn't announced, well, this, again, last year. But now we actually, well, for the purpose of the talk and to teach you, I actually need to show you how to achieve this. So we're going to now use a built-in tool, PydanticAI tools. Is it tools? No, it's common tools. Common tools. Tavli import. No, is it like this? Tavli. Sorry. Okay, with this tool, this is like Google. It's a paid service, but it has a free tier. So I'm just going to call it. I'm going to use the LLM is going to have access to this tool. So it's going to call, so I can, as an agent, call this Tavli search, and then I get some results. It's like allowing the agent to call Google, pretty much, in simple terms. So if I add it, what is the agent? Here. Okay, I'm going to, now you always reply seriously. That's how you write it. So tools, you just add this tool, okay? And then this is a bit irrelevant for the time being, so I'm going to remove it, so it makes it simple. This is also irrelevant. Let's try to make it short. And now let's try to see what happens. Sorry, those computers. Okay, let's see what happened. As of now, wow, that's so sad. Oh, wait, that's... Oh, I need the API key. That makes more sense. Yeah. I had it included. Or, oh, let's be type safety. Tavli API key, assert, Tavli. Huh, that's how you do typing. So, how's it? Yeah. So this is, yeah, for those who don't know, this is just to make sure that Tavli after this line is a string. So you see, string. I just, really? Ah, okay. No, but like, I have more 15, or I have 10. Ah, okay. So now, no, I'm just kidding. Okay, so now we try again. Okay, it called, and then it's useless. Is it? Yeah, it's useless, crazy. So one thing we can try is to change the model to see if it actually, well, we can actually see what's sent to the tool. So we can see it actually sent like this, and it didn't find it. So maybe if it tried to send some different query, it would work. But I'm going to try to improve the workflow so we don't depend on. Well, actually, I can show you another how it work with another. What is my auto-completion? Anthropic, Claude. Oh, I'm using another version, but that's work. Yep. Let's see if it works. Don't worry. If it doesn't work, I'm going to make it work. I see worry faces. So you are welcome, Anthropic. But anyway, okay. Suppose we go back to OpenAI because our company are satisfied with their service, etc., etc., etc. So now we're gonna give a bit more power to it. We're gonna actually go to main PY. Does it work? Ha! It actually works. So let's get back, and this is pretty much the same example. I'm just giving instructions. You are a helpful assistant that can search the web. Don't ask questions. Sometimes the LLM goes back to you asking questions, and I'm giving a talk, so I asked the question. No, just kidding. And then, I just wanted to be directly and try to force it, but we can actually remove it and see what happens, and then we add and see what happens as well. And instead of this, the question was, what was the question? Where is... This is so much work. Up. Boom. And then we can try this. Now we need to run the MCP. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell about MCP. Who knows what MCP is? Okay, then you can go to your person next to it and explain it. No, that's good. MCP is a new specification. It's called Model Context Protocol. It's a way to give more context away. There are many ways you can give more context to the LLM, and it kind of defines how are those ways. For our purposes and for this talk, it's gonna only provide tools, but it can also provide other kind of things that you can read on the documentation. But yeah, so, or talk to me later, whatever. We're gonna try to run this, and let's see what happens. We're gonna go to Logfire. What is it? Arrive, yeah. So it's calling the agent, and then we can see what's happening here. GPT called, and then, did it got the right thing? Well, that's kind of useless, huh? I couldn't find, however, PyCon Italy is traditionally. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you what the idea was here. The idea is that I'm gonna call the MCP server that's from Playwright, which means it's gonna open the browser and you're gonna see things interacting. But it doesn't seem it actually call. Oh, and that's why on my previous talk, I added the use the browser. Because now, if it doesn't work, I'm gonna use Anthropic. So it called Tavily, and then Tavily again. It likes to Google. It's like old days, you remember? And then, well, it did search correctly, so it didn't have the need. So let's make it a bit more, let's ignore the Tavily and then see the browser, because for talk purposes, it's actually nice to see the browser. Ha, interaction. Boom. And then so the idea is that it navigates to the page. I actually got it right. And it uses Playwright. So it goes and gets information on, actually it's getting on YAML format, and it knows what it can click, and etc. Do I have time, or how does it work? Is 5 minutes like with Q&A already? Or I have more? Okay. So that's MCP. So the idea, I don't know if you saw on LinkedIn, but everybody's talking about this, is that you can actually create a lot of tools inside this MCP server, and you can provide this as a single thing, like what I'm doing. Okay, so that's pretty much the idea. Yeah, other things that I have. So this is all the basics about PydanticAI that you can already use to develop your agentic workflows and stuff. What I have more here on this thing that I got yesterday is I can talk about evals. Who knows what evals are? Okay, so I don't know much about them, but I can explain you the basics. The basics that you want to, well, test the LLM, and you cannot use normal ways of unit testing and stuff, or you can, but I don't know much stuff about it. And we have an easy and agnostic framework that you can use it. So it doesn't mean that you need to use PydanticAI. You can use other agentic frameworks, but still use our PydanticAI Pydantic evals framework. Yeah, my brain got confused. So the idea is that you define your, it's the same code pretty much. You define your agent, and then somewhere else you have a script that runs with a data set and many cases that you want to make sure that are actually passing, and then do it. Yeah, and then you can make sure that the agent works as expected. So for example, here I have some cases. This is an NVIDIA recent value loss, for example. Why did NVIDIA lose value 2 days ago? So this is the input, and this is the expected output. Okay, and then what you use as what we call evaluators is something you can define. You can define your own, but in this case is an LLM. So an LLM is going to judge the output of another LLM. That's pretty much how it works using this evaluator. But you can define your own, and et cetera, et cetera. You can read all in the documentation. And you can run, and then you have a nice output. So if I run evals, I think this is going to fail because of the path I am. Is it? No, it works. So what's happening is calling those cases, all the cases, and we're going to see what happens. Let's go to Logfire to see how interactive that is. Many calls. Come back again. I cleared too much? I think I cleared too much. Yeah, it's here. It's still running? It's still running. Yeah. It's going to run for a bit. I thought it was faster. Oh, yeah. So you can see all the evals that happen. So you can see those two cases. The first was the NVIDIA one. And then on Logfire, you can see it like this. And then you can have all the cases that you have. So if you have multiple cases, and then you can make sure that your agent actually does what you expect it to do. Yeah, I think we can go to Q&A.
Nice. Thank you for your talk. We have a lot of questions.
Thank you.
So lots of questions. We start with a spicy one. So what are the things that you try to improve versus competitors, like LangGraph on Langsmith, and what are you still catching up on?
I mean, there is... I think that we bet the most, I guess, in the beginning, and why we chose to do it is that the developers will bet on us because we already have a name on the ecosystem. That's the main point. Also, we noticed everybody was using Pydantic underneath to do structured output and all that stuff. So we decided to do as well, like it makes sense in that terms. We are catching up. There are some features we need to still catching up, like feature parity with some stuff. Yeah, that's the main thing. So we just go feature by feature to just make sure that every workflow is supported.
Cool. There are a few questions around local LLMs. So are Pydantic agents compatible only with provider models, so they can also function with local LLMs through frameworks like Llama CPP or Olama?
What is it? So if I run it here, and someone asked the same question last time, so I'm prepared. So I have, what is it? Is it here? Yeah. So is it Python 2? No, Python 4, main 4? No, 3. Yeah, so you can see this is, you define a local provider. So this is the one, it's already running the Llama 3.2 in my computer. And it's defined here. And then, well, I can just run this code. Last time it worked. What was the prompt? Yeah, find me maintainers of Pydantic. I'm not sure if this part will work, but the idea is that, well, it's already running. For the purpose of the question, you can use local LLMs. It might fail, yeah, as you see, but because of the structured output, the way we do doesn't work properly with local models. But we are solving it, but if I just remove this, for example, it will work. I don't even need to look. You can go to the next question.
Cool. I think it's a bit similar to the first one. Why should I use PydanticAI instead of OpenAI agents SDK? I'm only interested in OpenAI models.
I mean, one of the points is really I mean, that's a good question. One of the points is really the not have locked in with their code, because the idea is that you're here. If one day you are unsatisfied, you can just switch. The other idea is that we kind of get the best of all the agentic framework and all the providers, because we check everyone to see they're compatible. So for example, Anthropic, in my opinion, has a better API. So we kind of try to enforce what's the best for the others, and it makes more clean code inside. So yeah, I guess that's the question.
Cool.
That's the answer.
Is there any additional prompting happening behind the scenes, or are the instructions you provide to the model the only input?
For the structured output, I think there is, I know, something like, this is the final result, you should validate, something like that. I don't remember what's exactly the prompt. It's like a description for the output. Yeah, it's kind of a description for that we manually added. Besides that, on retry as well, for example, if validation fails, we send one request more with the Pydantic error, so it can retry and give the right data. I guess that's it.
Cool. One on Logfire. Is Logfire more towards production monitoring or debugging?
So that's a good question, because we actually have been brainstorming. Fun words. No, some people really like to use as a dev tool, but the purpose and how people are, well, I use as a dev tool because I'm using PydanticAI, but we have well, our customers use for production, but we have a generous free tier, which also helps for development. Well, to answer the question without confusing them, we are also still trying to find out if people like us better for development, but Logfire is a general purpose observability, and it's made for production. People just like to use it as a developer tool as well. Okay.
Let's see. 10 seconds, so I don't think we have time for another question. But you will stick around, I guess, during the conference.
Oh, sorry. Can that guy answer a question? He raised his hand.
Yeah, well, there is. Okay, quickly, because I think.
Well, I don't like opinions.
I saw that two questions was like how to use PydanticAI over other framework like small agents or LangGraph. As a user of PydanticAI and contributing sometimes, like especially with Bedrock for Amazon. So the main benefit is when you go to production with that, the integration with Pydantic, all the strict typing, and all the like the transformation of your response and all this stuff, make this more Pythonic and production ready than other frameworks. That's my point of view.
Wants to join the company, huh? Are you Brazilian? Me too.
Cool. Dan, thank you very much for your talk.
You're welcome.